Why do we keep loving those who let us go? Why do some people leave even when they are still alive in our memories? Why do people leave when we need them the most? Why do they ignore us at the very moment our eyes are still searching for just one glance of love from them? Why do we keep loving them even when they slowly start taking us for granted? Why does the heart continue to wait even after it knows it has been forgotten? And why? Why is there still a small lamp burning inside the heart? A quiet flame that refuses to die, even when we never asked for anything in return. Not much, just a little love, a little care, just the quiet feeling that we mattered to someone. Why do pure emotions feel so heavy to carry alone? Why do the ones who once felt like home slowly become strangers? Strangers who remain in our memories without even knowing it. There are so many whys inside me today. Questions that echo louder in silence. Questions that I've stopped expecting answers. When hoping becomes too heavy, maybe we've reached a place in life where expectations have quietly faded, not because we stopped caring, but because we got tired of hoping. We don't ask for much anymore, and yet, somehow, it still hurts just the same. And sometimes, I wonder, is this something everyone carries? Or am I walking alone on this path that stretches endlessly with no sign of where it leads? Silence says what words never could. Sometimes people don't leave with reasons, they leave with silence. And that silence says everything we were never ready to hear. The war nobody sees. With all these questions living inside me, it doesn't feel like thinking anymore. It feels like fighting. I don't even know when this war started. I just woke up one day and it was already there. A war that no one around me can see, but I feel it every single day. A war between my mind and my heart, between struggle and surrender, between what feels right and what actually is right. A war between truth and the shadows I keep hiding behind, between attachment and freedom I keep running towards but never actually arrive at, between forgiveness and the bitterness that lingers longer than I wanted to. Sometimes my ego wants to hold on, to win, to question, to resist. And somewhere beneath all of that, my soul is simply quietly asking for peace. A war between the urge to hold on and the need to let go. Between the silence of my lips and the noise that never stops inside my heart. Between wanting to forget and fearing that I might lose even the smallest trace of what once meant everything to me. A war between falling apart completely and still trying to appear whole for the world outside. So many things, all at once, all tangled. We are all carrying something. And maybe this isn't just me. Maybe we all are carrying something like this, fighting battles we never speak of, bleeding quietly in rooms full of people, smiling on the outside while something inside us is still waiting, still aching, still unresolved. Today, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not looking for answers anymore. I'm just choosing to accept it, to sit with it, honestly, and without pretending. I'm surrendering myself to these adhure jazbat, these incomplete emotions, these unanswered questions, these feelings that never quite found their ending. I'm writing them down the way you write something in a diary at night, not for the world, but just to let it out, just to breathe. And I hope somewhere someone reads this and feels it, feels that whatever they are carrying inside, they are not carrying it alone. Maybe that's okay. Some emotions were never meant to be finished. They were just meant to be felt. The clock, the breeze, and the thing that stays. The old clock on the wall struck 5, its sound echoing through the quiet room. I was still staring at the wall, as if time had stopped somewhere in the past and taken me along with it. But outside, nature wasn't still. A bird chirped softly. A rose's fragrance drifted through the air, and a cool breeze touched my face like a gentle shake, like something trying to wake me up, as if the world was quietly whispering, "Leave the past, come along. There's still so much to see, so much to feel, so much to discover." For a moment, I felt it, that quiet pull, that soft invitation to move forward. But some feelings don't fade that easily. They begin as something small, almost unnoticed, just a simple connection, a moment, a feeling, and slowly, without any noise, they grow into something deeper, something that settles inside, not something that can be broken or left behind easily, but something that becomes a part of you. I stood there, caught between the past that still held me and the present that was trying to reach me. And then, suddenly, something rose within. I don't even have a name for it. Not loud, not overwhelming, just strong enough to shake everything inside. For a moment, it felt like letting it carry me far away from this place, from these thoughts, from this weight that had been silently building for so long, like an ocean wave rising quietly within, washing over everything I had been holding on to, pulling it all away without asking, without warning. And in that flow, it felt as if something inside me was being emptied, made lighter, softer, almost like a feather drifting somewhere between holding on and letting go. And just like that, the wave passed. But even in that moment, something held back, something that wasn't ready to leave what had already left. Some stories don't end, they just become silence. Why do some people leave even when they're still alive in our memories? Because some stories don't end in life, they stay incomplete in the heart forever as Adhure Jajbat. Yours, Karan.